Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and also good evening, guys, depending on whichever time of the day that you all are going to come across this video. I'd like to welcome you all onto my channel, man. Yeah, Krisa, it's very hard. But either way, I just wanted to talk about something else. There's this vele, so I'm just going through a lot of videos like YouTube, so yeah, when I'm moving all of that and then back to series, back to YouTube, TikTok, wonder I'm just circulating and recycling everything. But either way, there's this new show, not a new show, I'm the one who's new to it. It is called UMJOLOSHOW. I'm going to leave the link in the description thingy below, so do make sure that you check it out, more especially this episode, because so basically what's happening on that episode, just to sum up the whole thing of that episode, is that Shuti, the girl and guy were dating, and then the guy ended up getting sick. When the guy became sick, Shuti, apparently what the guy is saying is that it was into that was also pertaining to amasiko. So ismenis kanjalo, what had happened was guy had to go home, let's say like in Tlala Egoli, and then the guy has to go home in order for him to be okay and get healed, and they do all those traditional things. So that happened. The guy unfortunately was away for 6 months, left the girlfriend in Clean, where he used to stay, or where he was staying before he got sick. They did not specify the illness and whatever, but yeah. So when the guy came back from home, and that's the son. Yo, guys. But either way, let's carry on. When the guy came back from Ekaya, he came back and the girl had moved on. The girl was with another guy. The girl shooting a visit, touching his into this guy and all of that. The things that the guy had purchased before he met the girl. So basically what the guy is saying is that he did everything for this girl. That was all up until he became sick. And then uthe says sick small technology yenzeka. Oh, yenzeka. Wow. So uthe say yeah, he did everything for the girl up until he got sick. And then the girl moved on, found another man, moved on. The man, because the girl doesn't even specify and talk and says, when you're not doing anything for me, so you're basically useless, just like as you are now. And then the guy is complaining about Ugutige when he came back to where they used to stay, if I'm not mistaken. He found that the girl had moved on, and then the guy, the new boyfriend now, wazama this older boyfriend what no la. I'm just not sure if the boyfriend was also aware Guti this was an old guy that this girl used to date or what, but chances of that not being possible are very slim. But either way, shooting at the girl, then bahlala bonke, when they all stay together. Apparently the guy, the old boyfriend, slept on the floor on the mattress, sponge I mean, and then these two would sleep on the bed and they'll be having sex within this guy being within the midst of Indlini. Yeah, understand? And then this guy is talking about he to get turned on by that and all of that. But fast forward, if you want to know everything properly, just go through the show, the episode, and then you also born, and now you might have your own opinion. But I mean, guys, first things first, I do not know. Even here in some sevens, you hear guys saying, let's say you're knocking or you just clocked on ngo 2 or ngo 10 ebusuku. You just when you just arrive at work, obviously uzobe usudlile endlini angithi, and then if you decide to go and buy food immediately when you get on shift, you'll hear guys be like, ndoda abantu anabo nabafazi, anabo abafazi, thina phela hlala nabafazi, just to be a bit not really off topic, but yeah, there's this other guy who once tried something like that with me, who was like, thina phela sinabafazi. I was like, ndoda wena unomfazi but buku ngcole njani? Unomfazi mara, look at your lunch 10. Unomfazi kodwa. He never tried it with me again. So even now I do tend to see the guys be like, hey, you see people abachitanga labafazi ubabona befika nje shifini already sebeyothenga ukudla and stuff like that. Mina guys, I'll never understand the thing of staying with a girlfriend that is not your wife. One, that I feel like when you put red flags, you do see them in people. Okay, fine, you can stay with the girlfriend that you want to stay with, but red flags, you'll always see them. You will always see them. This person is this kind of a person and this person is that kind of a person. You see the red flags. But I feel like abajita, they tend to bury their heads ematangeni, not even in the sand, ematangeni. You understand? Umuntu ajabulela ukuthi no uyangithanda mina uhleli lana yikho ehleli and all of that. Guys, you must be able to decipher if you are loved because you are loved or you are loved because of the things that you are providing for your spouse. Or not even spouse, your girlfriend wako. You understand? Because now this guy was sick. This girl did not understand what this guy is sick. This girl is talking about Indabuguti and she was contributing 30% to the things that the guy ended up having to purchase, like in bed, the fridge, and all of that. And when the guy was sick and the guy left, the girl carried on with her life and then decided to claim these things and then moved on also with her life, and then is now coming to say that the thing that made me leave you and whatever is the fact that you were not paying rent and all of that, and this new guy was doing all those things. You can't be with the person who's like that. You need to be able to see my signs. You need to be able to see my red flags bafethu. Because my question is, if she was contributing 30% in all these things that they bought lapha endlini, my question is, why ke bengakhona ukuthi aqhubeka zama ukubhadala irent azi ukuthi indoda yakhe iyagula and it's not ukuthi iguliswa mhlawumbe izifo. Okay, we do not know ukuthi bephethwe yini. Why couldn't she just hold things down and aqhubeke nje abambe ikhaya, and then azi ukuthi indoda mayibuya izobuya ibe grand and then they carry on? The thing is, she did not love the guy from the first place, because the guy, when he is describing all of this, ukhuluma le ndaba ukuthi lo vele beyistrugglishela. Umthole ehlala mjondolo eating isinkwa esinganalentuzana. But now even the God is like, yeah, but now look at me. I mean, I'm better. When I look at you now, you're nothing. Understand? You need to be able to see ezinye izinto bafethu amanga mapi. Hey, le phone yethu bese sidlala ngefone, guys. Yeah. But either way, yeah. Yeah, what I want. You need to be able to see those things. Lento ukuthi there's this other video, yes. Good, I never saved this clip. I think I saw it yesterday where this other guy was like, my wife told me the first time my wife met my family. No, not actually the first time. During the early stages and something like that, my wife told me that my family is using me. My family does not love me. And then the guy was like, I'm being off topic, hey? The guy was like, my wife and I decided to do a task. Let's take them out. Let's just organize it in with us pumen. So out. Masidla out, just don't pay. The husband is saying that the wife told him Guti, he must not pay for everyone. Uti what mengasabhadali for everyone. Bonke bavele babashiya kanjalo etafuleni. No one said bye, no one said anything to them. Why? Because they were used to him doing zonke izinto for them, I mean. So man, the fact ukuthi he's not paying for whatever they ate or their bills or whatever, so then they've turned their backs on him. So the moral of the story, if I'm not mistaken, was that the guy did mention ukuthi the thing that made him do all those things was because when he grew up he never got that kind of love from his family. So when he grew up, he told himself ukuthi he's going to make sure that he takes care of them. And then he says that his wife told him, you cannot buy love. If people love you, they must love you for who you are, not for what you do for them. You understand? And unfortunately for him, it was what he was doing for them. And when he stopped doing things for them, then bantu bayiveza ama-true colors wabo. So even back to amajita, anime kancane bafethu, anime kancane, animeni nje kancane ngale nto yenu. Lokhu nizositshoti nabafazi. Next thing ngizobe nizosikhalela la kwishow. Next thing nizohamba nibulala nabo football nabafazi. Animeni kancane. Nalento ukuthatha amantombazane niwafaka ezikoleni lapho wena usasebenza emsebenzini ophansi noma umsebenzini kuyenzeka usebenza emsebenzini ophansi, don't get me wrong. Kuyenzeka usebenza umsebenzi ophansi but kube isimo sokuthi usuzamile ukuphusha nawe ukuziphusha wena. You understand lokho? I do not believe mina kule nto ukuthi uzothi wena hayi mina ngoba ngisebenza lapha econtractini ngiphusha ingorovana umfazi wami uyathanda ukufunda athi ngifundise yena then ngiyazi ukuthi impilo yethu izoba ngcono. Into abasazongigila yona, into nani into enisazoyiboshwa. Guys, zamani ukuthi umuntu maye plan into ngawe, not ngomunye umuntu. Because we've seen this numerous times. You do all those things for umuntu esifazana akushiye. Even guys do that. They do. So make sure that when you do something for umuntu, you're not going to come back uzosikhalela la. You're not going to come back uzosibhora la. And if you are already in that situation, truth be told, this person uyamkhipha out, akaphume endlini yakho. Qhubeka ngempilo. Into ukuthi uzozama ukusitshela ukuthi wena you've spent a lot of money on this person, imali yakho nizoboshwa ke nini. If ngeke niboshwe nizoba nama headaches and it's turned. Understand? So yeah, and then this guy, the way na adom ngakhona, he still wants to be with this girl. Uyasho ukuthi available 10 on, make that 10 on, he would jerk off. And I'm like, and Dige manje, he still wants to be with it, he wants his things, and he still wants this girl. And then we are like, umuntu esakhombe, umuntu okushiya ugula. Wena usazocabanga ukuthi umnandi empedeni. Bafethu, uqinisile makuthiwa amadoda acabanga ngale khanda elingezansi. Uzama utsho ukuthi umuntu who left you when you were sick, you're on your deathbed, is the same person wena wakushiya wathola enye indoda and wakutshela namanje ukuthi wena vele uyilutho. You're still at your lowest but you're no longer sick. You still want to be with that person. Hayi bafethu ni dumb. Hayi mina ngiyajaja wena. Mina ngiyajaja bafethu ayikapi. Ngiyajaja nje. Nami senizongijaja manithola isikhathi but mina I'm judging y'all. And it's thandi nje. And then the hosting iyawenza ama-joke. Yes, some of them they can be ababhlungu if ebhekane now and stuff like that, and nanokunye we react differently to izinto whatever. But now the host is telling this guy ukuthi sizokusiza, we'll get you a place to stay, sikubhadala ne-rent for at most or at least 4 months. Lo akezwa nje uzobona naye wenza njani. Guys, anisebenzisa amakhanda. Yikani lento ukuthatha amantombazane ehluphekela le nothatha nafaka endlini nithi nibeza abafazi. Bese lokhu uyijotsha umuntu uyakuthanda kanti lo ukuthanda ngoba ephiliswa uwe. In a sense ukuthi udliswa uwe, ugqoka wena, yonke into yenziswa nguwe. Into ukuthiwa yes indoda must provide indoda. Yes, mthatha ungcono umshado. Khona mase kugila sathi no gila vele lawfully. Nanokunye futhi sibulana amehlo. Nibheka ama red flags. And also this thing with the women, I see on the show, I've seen it numerous times. It is very dangerous. Abantu besifazane mina ngazi ukuthi bathembe ini after seeing the rate of GBV equal in South Africa. The way benza ngakhona, go through the channel and then you understand what do I mean.